Hey everybody. I've just got back from having my thoracentesis, which is basically to pull the fluid out from around my left lung. And the procedure was really smooth. There was very little pain for any of those of you who've never had the procedure done. They use lidocaine to numb the skin. Then they go a little deeper. Then they numb the pleural sac. And then they put the little catheter in and then they drain it. There's the only times I felt any kind of discomfort, I wouldn't even call it pain, was the first initial poke with the lidocaine needle, very tiny needle. And then when they found the pleural sac and they put the numbing stuff on there with the needle. And after that, didn't feel anything, which just sat there and waited for the fluid to finish draining out through the little tube. Easy procedure. I was able to drive myself home. No, just local anesthesia, so I didn't need to be knocked out. I actually I like watching the procedures and seeing what's going on. They use a little sonogram machine to help guide the needle into the right place, and they ended up pulling almost 1.5 liters out. It was 1.35 liters, I think she said, or 1.32 liters. That's about 3 pounds of fluid, almost 3 pounds of fluid. So yeah, much better. So it was interesting after they did the lung tap, that they call it. For sure, they just call it tap. After that was done, my lung, as it was draining, the lung started re-expanding, and it felt like cold air inside the lung. So that makes you cough a little bit, which is completely normal and okay to do. And then after that, the lung kind of got used to the air temperature. I noticed rattling, and I guess it was a little bit of the fluid that kind of gotten trapped, the phlegmy stuff that we all got phlegm, that coats our lungs. And I guess that's some of that phlegm, which is kind of semi-blocking some of the little alveoli or whatever, so it's kind of rattling a little bit. But now it's almost completely gone. So within a couple hours of having the tap done, my lung seems to be inflating properly. The discomfort has gone down quite a bit. I still have, there was so much fluid there on that poor little lung, is that the soreness that I had in this area, right? Because my rib cage ends here. And so this is where the soreness was. It kind of comes up to the bottom of the sternum. It was actually starting to turn a little bit of pink from the pressure. So, I expect that to be gone within a day or two, I'm hoping, because there was so much pressure on it. But people can have more than that, but still that's the side with the heart and a lung on it, so it's not as big as the right side. So the right side could actually probably even hold more. Thank God my right lung is very healthy. There's no evidence of cancer in the right lung. It fills up nicely. It doesn't have any other issues, no asthma or nothing. So it was able to help compensate for the left lung, which has been problematic for the last 6 years. Part of it collapsed, 6 years ago when I had actually cancer in the lungs. And so I don't know if that ever was able to reinflate or not. So that lung has always been kind of, but doing much better. My legs don't feel like they weigh 1,000 pounds. I can take a deep breath, and it's like, I feel like things are going to get better. So I just wanted to share that with you really quick. So if you've never had your lung tapped to drain fluid, it really isn't a big deal. It's to me, I was like, please hurry and do this. If you want me to come in early, I'll do it. I just wanted it done so badly because I was really uncomfortable, and there was times I was in pain. For me, pain's like a 6 or higher in the schedule pain level of 10. So most of the time I was at a 5. Every now and then it would go 6, and I had a couple episodes of 10s, but luckily they were short. But I think next time I start feeling this pain here, I'll know it's time to go get it done. But I'll know for sure in a couple of days. But everybody's body responds differently to problems. So maybe mine responds to numbing, burning pain here. That's what we really kind of got bad over the last couple of weeks, was that numb burning pain right below the rib cage. So nice, wonderful breaths. I never take for granted the fact that you can breathe, because it's one of those things. When it's time to go, I'd rather it be heart than lungs, because the heart, it'll be like, it should be quick and over, it'll just give out one day. The lungs, they can keep draining and this and just feeling like they're suffocating all the time. No, I don't want that. So anyway, doing good. Lung tap or thoracentesis, not a big deal. I didn't even need this was my first one, so they didn't need to leave a tube in or anything for drainage. And I think they stopped short of the 1,500 milliliter maximum that lung did. So I should be okay for a while. Hopefully the lung won't refill again. Hopefully the treatment that I've just started this week will get the nodules under control, stop the irritation in the lung, and stop the fluid from filling in. And then I won't need to have another one for a long time. Hopefully never again. But, when you got cancer, you can't say never again. So anyway, I'm doing good. I just wanted to share that with you and say, hey, if you need to get a lung drained, if it's just a lung drain, I can say from personal experience, I'm glad I did it. And I wish I would have done it sooner, but it wasn't a big deal. It really wasn't. And I was able to drive myself home. And everybody was really nice. And it was just a piece of cake. All right. So anyway, take care, guys. Remember, make memories worth remembering.